Welcome to Russ Reels Live, everyone. It's going to be an amazing show with Dr. New and Lisa Marree. Here we go. Special thank you to our sponsors of Russ Reels Live. We're local of Salem, the Alzheimer's Association, and Extreme Graphics. For more information on We're Local and all of their local services, go to thirdrivermarketing.com. And for more information on the Alzheimer's Association and how to give to this amazing organization, go to alz.org. And finally, for more information on Extreme Graphics and their graphic services in Albany, Oregon, go to extremegraphics.com. Hey, everybody, here we are. We are ready for Russ Reels Live this afternoon or whatever time it is for you. I know one of my amazing guests, Lisa Marree, it's tomorrow morning for her. So there's hope for tomorrow. It's already come. There you go. So I am so excited for this conversation tonight. But listen, I want to tell you all, Russ Reels Live, we are here every Thursday. 8 a.m. I mean, no, it's not 8 a.m. Sorry, wrong show. 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. There you go. And so I don't know what time it is where you are, but we are here 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time every Thursday. And that is just such a great, amazing opportunity for me to bring together amazing people like Dr. New and Lisa Marree that are going to be on today to talk about incredible topics and subjects. We're going to talk empathetic leadership today, if I can actually get that out of my mouth. That's a mouthful. And so we're going to talk about that today. There's a lot to be said, and the ladies will bring you a lot of good information. But before we do that, I just want to remind you how much I appreciate everybody being here and how to get in touch with me. You know what? You can just go to russhedge.com. I love to connect. I am here and ready to chat with you. As Lisa Marree and Dr. New will tell you, I'm a lifetime connector. I am willing to be here, be available, and just stay connected and friends with you forever. There you go. I just don't go away. And so I would love to connect with you if you just go to russhedge.com today. All the connection links, if you like social media, if you like email, you can call me, you can text me, you can schedule time directly on my calendar. There you go. There's all kinds of options. Also, if you would be so kind as to join our YouTube page, it is amazingly easy for you. If you know the name of the show, Russ Reels Live, there you go. RussReels.live is how you get to my YouTube page. Pretty simple. So there you go. My website, Russ Hedge, if you know my name, russhedge.com, and to subscribe to YouTube, russreels.live, and I'd almost put that up fast enough. There you go. So try to keep it simple. I'm a simple-minded guy. I try to keep it simple for you. So there you go. Also, if you would be so kind as to share this out and tag your friends today, let them know that Dr. New and Lisa Marree are coming on. I love talking to these two ladies. So it's going to be so great. And I just tell you, you don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss it. And the friends of yours that are busy, that have forgot that it's on or don't know that it's on, you don't want them to miss it either. So you want to make sure and tag them, get the word out there, let people know what's going on. So it's easy. Put an @ sign in front of their name and let them know. Also, if you happen to be watching on replay, that is amazing because this sits on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube after we're done for infinity and beyond. That's right. Forever forever. It sits there. So you can go back to that. That's why YouTube is such an amazing source. All of them are great, but YouTube, you can get to the whole library very quickly. So that's a great thing. So please subscribe there today. Also, want to remind you that all of my books are available, russhedge.com. I've been so blessed to write with these two ladies as well as a bunch of other people and my own books. And they're all available at russhedge.com, or you go on Amazon. And I would love for you to do that. I'm in the midst of coming up to the part 2 of Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, my original book. Life Happens, and Then You Choose will be coming out later this year. So look for that. And so anyway, with that, I think I've pretty much got everything out. So glad you're all here. We're going to get the party started. I am going to bring in, because I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going to get Lisa Marree in the room first. So here we go. Hey, Lisa. There she is. I can't hear you, but you look great.
Thank you. You look great too.
Hey, it's only the most experienced podcasters and live streamers that do that, you realize. People that have never done it before seem to have no problem, but all of us, including myself, that are on other people's things, we know how to mute real easily, just to kind of, we think we should mute for now, and then we go to talk and we forget it's muted.
Well, happy Friday from Australia. I was busy tagging people to come join this amazing show because you are the connector and the inspirational leader here and empathic leader. So, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't tapping loudly on the keyboard. But thank you for inviting me today. I'm so excited to be here, and also with my very special friend, Dr. Nu.
Yes, yes. Well, and we're all blessed to be part of the Hounds, which I'm sure some of them will be showing up during the show today. And I love opportunities. This is one thing I love about having shows at both ends of the day. Most of my shows are in my morning, but this show is specifically placed for people like you. So that because otherwise you have to come on in the middle of the night. Some people are crazy enough to do that. I'm sure that you've had your moments where you've done that, but that is not what I want to do. I don't want everybody to wake up, because I don't know if I could pull it off in the middle of the night. That's not good.
Well, I think what's really relevant in leadership is when I was starting to put myself out there and invite myself as a guest on the podcast, I was prepared to get up at 2 a.m. because, it's one of those things that you never know what opportunities are just around the corner if you don't get uncomfortable.
Yeah. No, you're right. Absolutely. You're right. So listen, hey, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's tell everybody, who is Lisa Marree and what are you up to?
Fantastic. Thank you. I am really very multi-diverse. However, my passion, my focus, my genius is in helping people become limitless. And what does that mean? Well, basically, I'm speaking to the people who know that they can go beyond ordinary. They've done the work, they have taken the courses, they've done the self-development, but somehow they keep hitting a ceiling and they can't get past that set point. Well, I'm the person to help you smash through that, because I've done that many, many times, to go from sick, poor, bankruptcy, all sorts of tragedy, to literally running a multi-six-figure business and helping thousands of people because I was able to break through those limits. And I help people become a super conscious creator. Bit of woo, lots of neuroscience, and lots of fun stuff along the way. Thank you.
Well, we want to have that fun stuff along the way. That is for sure. And speaking of fun stuff along the way, Dr. Nu is ready to jump in the room. Here she is. Hey, Dr. Nu.
Hey Russ, hey Lisa. Happy Thursday. Well, happy Friday for Lisa Love in Australia. And what a wonderful day, Thank you, Russ, for having us. And what a wonderful, I'm thankful. I think of Thursday, I think it's like I'm really thankful and really sincerely how you inspire and how you be every day, Russ. It's an inspirational, and to have you in our corner is a blessing. So I'm grateful.
Well, thank you. And I really appreciate you more than you know. And so I just want you to give everybody a little snippet for the few people that don't know, who is Dr. New and what are you up to?
Yeah, so I guess for who I am is people who want to get to know me and who haven't gotten to know me. Really, it's just how do we show up in our purpose in our life with fulfillment, with fun, with joyful, that we get to show up and say, yes, I'm so grateful to be here on this earth. So that way we're not burnt out and fed up and saying, I'm throwing in a towel because of the system, right? We have to stand up for the change and to give people hope and spread that love and kindness and coming back to who we are, having that empathy, that leadership that we're having this important topic, and having compassion for ourselves and kindness and love to ourselves. Until we do, we're not able to shine those qualities to others. So that's truly what I'm all about and just bringing humanity together, and what a blessing to really be here. And so thank you, Russ.
You are so welcome. Well, I don't know who could know either one of you and not feel super blessed right off the bat. And, I think that we are all blessed to be part of an amazing community or communities that are all willing to, like Lisa said, step out of their comfort zone and make good things happen. And Lisa, I know you've come through quite a journey in your life. And stepping out of your comfort zone, I don't know. I mean, you have yeah, I don't know. I'm going to let you take it from there, but you have done amazing things with your life through the journey of going through the challenges and coming out the other end.
Yeah, thank you. Well, for me, childhood was survival. My mother had very violent psychiatric illness. And so all of the things that Dr. Nu just said is that I didn't know what love was. I didn't know what compassion was. I didn't know what kindness and empathy and all of these things were. And so I had to learn those through the school of hard knocks. But something deep inside of me said that the little life of trauma and neglect and all the other things that were going on was not normal, and somehow I would be able to have a magnificent life, plus help other people in a similar tragic situation or whatever kind of tragedy. And so challenges for me actually became almost like a game. I had to live outside of myself because it was too horrible living within myself. And so I became very objective and looked at all of the challenges as something I could embrace, and I'm gonna do it no matter what. That did not make me a very good leader in the first place. I evolved into, I believe I'm a good leader because I have people who like, trust, respect me, and work with me. And, I've had thousands of repeat clients. So from that perspective, was there a question there, Russ? I'm just sort of going with the flow here.
Oh, you're doing so great. Let me jump on one of the pearls of wisdom that you said. Sometimes we can't a leader is not somebody who just forges ahead in spite of everything and everyone. That's not. I mean, we have a tendency, a lot of us have that personality. I'm going to make things happen. I'm going to make decisions. I'm going to move. That's just, that's the way that I'm built. And you need to realize, and I do this with my beautiful wife a lot, that I need to stop and I need to listen better and understand she's telling me something that I need to consider and I need to be thoughtful about before I make a decision and before I become a leader and be the leader, that I should be in my family. I need to take other people into account before I do that. And I think that's where, a lot of empathetic leadership is thinking about what are people saying and what are other people going through? What are the situations that people are in that we need to consider, right?
Yes. Yeah. So on the flip side of that, because I was a lone wolf and I was driven, I was a hard worker, I would go, I think, beyond burnout many times because I just had no filter, because I had to make it happen. And one of the things I think, when you are that way, it certainly comes back to your self-worth. And I didn't know I had very low self-worth, because I was successful. However, I was very unfulfilled. And when you keep driving and driving and driving and driving, and you're good at it and you win and you do stuff, it's actually seeking external validation. It's craving significance from the outside. And because one day my heart actually opened up and I realized, wow, I've made a big mess of trying to lead people, because it's like, I've had such a hard life and I've made it, so you just have to get your head down and get stuff done. And it doesn't work like that. You alienate yourself and people leave.
Yeah.
So it's really through, having your face in the mud many times that you just think, I really need to just take a big look in and see what is going on in Lisa that keeps alienating people. And it
Right.
was me pushing people away.
So, New, I'm going to jump to you on this one. And, it's something that we all learn, and just what Lisa's talking about right there. And that
Yeah.
is when you are, I think I'm getting a little bit of feedback from you, New. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Um, when you are really pushing and really moving ahead, I think so often we don't mean not to take other people into account, but people get that feeling too, because we're pushing ahead. I've been that way. I push ahead and I'm a doer. I want to get things done, right? And so I want to be kind and loving through the process. But boy, I tell you, when I'm leading an organization or I'm doing things, I mean, people better just really watch out sometimes, because I'm just going to push ahead. And I've learned that that's not the best way to lead people. That, the best way is to realize where everybody's at, because we're a team. We're going to achieve together, right? I'm a firm believer that we're better together. And if you're not thinking empathetically towards what everybody else is going through, you're just going to make things worse instead of better, right, New?
Y- Yes, I agree. Is the feedback okay? I'm okay now.
Better. Yep.
And so, really, a lot of time I can relate totally with Lisa, and how when she mentioned about it's a reflection of who we are because of the high, the high caliber, the really high achiever, the one that have high expectations, always putting our own perspective and our own, like, this is where, when we really dissect, we're putting a comparison, even though we don't, but in the back of how we treat others, if we're not putting ourselves in others' shoes, but also being able to hold that space, but also being present and not expect and not judge, that judgment of, I need, you need to be this way, even with love and kindness. But if they're not ready and we project that, that's where people will reject us and leave, right? And alienate you because it's something that they're not ready for. And that's where planting the seed and being mindful, and the holistic approach is that we're all part of one. If we envision that we're a family, but if you come across knowing where they are, everyone, even in the same family, we all notice, we all perceive differently, we all have different life, right? And different expectation and wants and needs. And even if we want the best for them, we have to really be mindful of how we come across. And that is being an empathetic leader. Leadership is not just, this is how you should do, even though I know this is the best for you, and you can bypass some of, the loophole and go down. But if they don't, are not ready to really go in that, and not really, it's everyone time and place. And that is where they're gonna reject, and they kind of come through one ear and come straight out in the other ear. And we all experience, whether we're a kid, we're in as adult in the leadership, and that is where we lost a lot of people with just expect them the way they're supposed to and not really knowing how their life has been lived, how they're emotional, how their own perspective. And I think that is where we lose the value. And especially, this is something a hot topic of mine is that in healthcare, we all know healthcare provider needs to have that empathetic leadership, right? But we all know, and Russ and Lisa and myself, we all been a patient, and myself being on both sides, I've seen sometime we lost it. Lost it as in we're not really caring, we're not really empathizing, we're just putting our bias and our filters and our perspective. This is what you should do outside of the box. That's not how it should be, but that's not how it's supposed to be. Everyone is individual, and that is something that we have to go through within us and seeing from outside. Then it will show out how we genuinely care for others.
Yeah. No, that so I mean, really it comes down to thinking of others and being thoughtful of situations. And I think this is one of the hardest things because we're generally humans are not good listeners. I can put myself up on the top of that list. I mean, I think generally people they care about themselves. Are that we are our favorite topic, right? It's natural. That doesn't mean you're bad. It just means that's how we're made. We're just made to be. I guess it's a survival instinct, right? We're thinking about ourselves all the time. It is, and so the thing is taking that moment to pause, take a deep breath, consider your surroundings. I always talk about, you know, making space for God to operate in my life, making space for me to have time to think and to be able to really not just move 100 miles an hour all the time. I get caught in that quite a bit. And I have to stop myself and realize this afternoon I had a couple hours actually to go outside and walk and just to think a little bit and to give myself some space. I need more of that. We all do because it's healthier for our bodies, right, Lisa?
Yes, absolutely. And while you were speaking about the active listening, I'm going to, of course, bring Jim Rohn into the picture. He
All
said,
right.
we've got two of these and one of these for a reason.
Yeah.
So I think that that space, especially in Mother Nature, is such an important way where we we I'm going to go a bit woo, and you both will agree with me that we connect with ourself. We remove all the stuff, and Mother Nature really helps us ground and also
Yeah.
discharge negative energy. So there is space for that reflection, that creative thinking, on how you can personally be a better human, but also how you can help build others up. And you said it a few minutes ago, together we're better, right?
Right.
So that's really what it's about. There is no competition. If we understand that we're all one, then if we treat others in a negative way, we're actually treating ourselves in a negative way as well.
Yeah, no, I first of all, you hit two major mic drops there, and that is number one, getting out into nature and getting out in fresh God's creation is always energizing for people. And I tell you, I actually, to be honest with you, I've always been a walker and a mover, and I used to have my sales and marketing meetings with my team. I'd make them walk. Even when it was freezing cold, I'd say, put your coats on, here we go. I would get out and do some things that would actually, get the blood moving and get things pumping. And I'm telling you, one of my clients, they told me this made me feel really good. I inspired their office. They started taking a short break every hour and walking around the block and coming back. And I have learned from other amazing people that is some great advice. Every hour or less, you should get up, move around, and actually do that because you get kind of stuck in and you get really stressed out and things happen. And I want to tell you that I think that what golden nugget and the other golden nugget is people. And like you said, you were talking about what I had mentioned, we're better together. being around other people and being with them energizes us and makes us better. So being with them, meaning that, like Jim Rohn said, you have one mouth and two ears, and you need to listen. I went to Oregon State University. They gave me I was a communication major. I had one class on listening. All the other classes were on speaking. One class on listening. So, I mean, those two major gold nuggets, and that is how you become a better empathetic leader, right, New?
Oh, totally. And one of the leaders, like Simon Sinek, the leadership is not about being in charge, right? It's about taking care of those that you're in your, whether it's your work, your home, all the leadership. When people say, I'm not a leader, we are all leaders, right? In our own family, in our own work, even if you don't have any particular role, but we all hold that leadership. And that's how you get to be in charge of your own life, your own, you know, that is where, for me, two things that really transform is that mindfulness, when we mention about how we have to really pause when someone offend us and really say things that are make us want to say, I didn't do it. Oh, you did this and that. But we hold it and we think about it and pause. Not only is a reflection what thoughts come to mind, is that judgmental, is the ego coming, that reactions, but also the gratitude, the gratitude of everything that come to us is for a reason, and that gratitude turn, we all know that when something, no matter what walks of life, when we are grateful for the things that come to us, it become much more powerful because it turned into anything that you're in denial into acceptance, right? Anything that you are in chaos will turn into order. When you have confusion, will make you into more clarity because you're calm, you're mindful, you're grateful, and make sense of not just living in the past, but bringing you living in the moment, in the present moment of that we're blessed, we're peaceful, we're joyful for today, and not just dwell on the past and hold on to the bitterness of someone hurting us, right? And that is where we have to be honest, and only us ourselves can have that introspections, that reflections, and being mindful of how are we leading and how we showing up. Words matter, and actions also speak louder than words, right? Because
Yeah.
we say one thing on a mission and vision, but our actions say something else. People would know that we're not being true to ourselves, and
Yeah.
that, is not true. When we talk about leadership, that's how you go far beyond, like Russ and Lisa that I'm here with. They are authentically, when you're offline, they're going to be the same. That is who you want to surround yourself with, the top five people that surround yourself. That's the energy that you're going to feed.
Yeah, you want to surround yourself with people that are not going to let you fail too. I love that. My co-host D. Scott Smith says that all the time. That's a quote. Surround yourself with people that won't let you fail, that will lift you up, that will help you, that will carry you. And I tell you, when you're going through rough times in life, which we all will have some, you want people that come alongside you, not people that give you a bunch of should haves, could haves, and things that should happen. You want people that say, "Hey, I'm here. I'm here. Let's do this. Let's do this together." And that's why we are better together, right, Lisa? Because coming around amazing people, just like Jim Rohn said, we become the average of the people closest to us. We become like them. If you want to be like Michael Jordan, okay, that might be hard, but if you want to be like him, hang out with him, right? Hang out with him. Do what he does. You'll probably never be Michael Jordan, but you certainly will be a lot better. And so, I mean, that's just the thing. Hang around the people you want to be like, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. And another thing that Jim would always say is if you want to be rich, happy, and successful, hang around rich, happy, successful people. And when you don't have money, you need to take the person that you want to model out to dinner, take them out and listen. That will be the most valuable investment you could ever make. And so you've got to get out of the scarcity mindset of, I don't have enough money to take them out. Well, that's exactly why you need to take them out.
That's right. And you need that wisdom. And I would say, so I am a man of strong faith, and I'm going to tell you a thing that goes right with what you're saying, because I agree with you 100%. You need to be around people that are going to give you the hope and the motivation and the things you can do to succeed. But I tell you, a God principle in my life, you cannot outgive God. You cannot give to other people enough. You cannot be loving and giving enough. And when you are struggling, that's when you should really be loving and giving more, because it's just like the thing that I hate to hear from people. Oh, I'm doing so good in business. I don't really need to market, because I don't need marketing because, I just have too many customers already and I'm doing too good. Exactly. Because it's coming. The downturn is coming. And when the companies like that, which are like Blockbuster, who laughed at Netflix, who was struggling along at this little teeny company, and suddenly, where is Blockbuster today? Nowhere. Whereas Netflix, $1 billion company, right? And so the thing is, you've got to be in this mindset of always getting better, always improving, always growing, and working with amazing people that will help you along the way. And that is how an empathetic leader works best, is working with his team, his people. I mean, they're not his people, they're all a team together, but you know what I mean? The people that he's leading, that's how you make things happen, because then everybody buys in, they're all in, and they want to work with that leader, right, New?
Yes. And having that true empathetic leadership is not about if we can succeed alone, but having really to know each individual strength and weakness, but you're able to lift them up and
Right.
rise all together. That is a true leaders, and that is where you can grow a team into a huge that you can lift. When they say lift the mountains, is because the only mountain that you have to overcome is ourselves. So we have to overcome our own mountain and get out our own head and get
Yeah.
our own, mindset of I'm not enough, I'm not this and that. But how can we be better and be better together and show up? And that is where we can mix and shake and really be the when people say the trailblazer, it's just really people are taking action instead of just in our mind, right?
Right.
Lots
Yep.
of people have that thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, moving forward, and this is the thing too. I think, Lisa, I think you brought it up, but one of you did, about connecting to yourself. I think the number one thing is people need to realize, okay, this is not a heart of being conceited and being selfish, but you have to start with you. And what do I mean by that? And I know you ladies agree with this. If you don't get you aligned and you in order and you connected to life, you're going to be no good for anybody else. It's just like the old airplane analogy. If you don't take care of yourself with that oxygen mask, you're going to pass out and you're going to be good for nobody, right? So the whole thing is getting truly connected and moving forward with you so you can help other people. And that is what a good and empathetic leader does. And as we go this last round here, Lisa, I'm going to start with you. And I really want you to kind of wrap up your thoughts, because you are so amazing in this area of all that you're doing. And you lead so much. And you had an amazing mentor. I mean, I'm jealous every time you talk about Jim Rohn, that I wish I would have been there. But, it is something I think that you have been really gifted by God and talented to do. But give us your final thoughts and then remind everybody how they get in touch with you, because I tell you, they for sure are going to want to get in touch with you. So go ahead.
My final thoughts, especially on this topic about leadership, is definitely self-leadership. And just understand that if you're at the top, you still haven't made it. You actually need mentors. It's always about recruiting up. Who can you still, because we never stop growing.
Right.
And as you said, this company that was doing well and didn't need to market, well, as in the cycle of life, there's ebbs and flows, and winter is coming, my friend. So
Yep.
so you've got to prepare for the winter. People can find me. I am on LinkedIn at Lisa Marree. Now, my surname is Marree, Marree, and lisamarree.com is my website, lisamarree.com, where I have incredible free resources about leadership, about activating your inner power, so many different topics that can help you do some of that self-reflection, I think, as well, and find where you might have a few holes in the bucket so you can start to plug them up and become a better leader.
And you know what? We all have holes in our bucket. We all have those blind spots in our lives. And we all have those things we need somebody else to help us with. And I'll tell you one thing based on what Lisa just said. If you think you're at the top of the heap and if you think you've made it, you got trouble right off the bat, because you should never be the smartest person in the room and you should never be at the top of the heap. If you have done that, you've started dying, not growing. You're going the opposite direction because you have nobody to drive you and build you, and you will never be the smartest person alive. It's just not going to happen. And
And
I
it's a
mean, I
long
don't
way to
mean,
fall, Russ.
yeah, exactly. And I don't think that's a negative. I think that is an inspiring thing for me to say. We always want to grow, right, Lisa? And I always want to get better. So that is so great. Okay, you're awesome. New, you're next.
Yeah, and when you're talking about, continuous growth and with learning, for me, the more we learn, the more I learn, the more we find that the dumber or wow, this is something that I get to learn and improve, because that is something, no matter what spiritual, what leaders in industry, but if you feel that you have capped and have nothing else to learn, that is where there's a problem, because there's so much out there for us to learn, because if we're mindful and seeing how everything is related, and we can do much more. And that is where, being empathetic is just how do we show up better in that 1% every day? How do we get to be around people that we can call mentors, who are leaders, who are like much wiser than us? And even when I say wiser, it's come with both, not only age, but even our kids, right? And when CJ or others who are talking about pets or natures, if we're aware, we can pick up so many clues and so many lessons. And it doesn't have to be someone who above us or below us. When we take all that out, you can see so much beauty, that lesson learned every day. We get to be blessed to be learn something new. And that is something I truly wish, for everyone, not only to have more wisdom and more compassionate for yourself, so that
Yeah.
way you can also be better tomorrow. Because I wish nothing but the best for all those who are cross our path, to be healthy, to be happy, and abundance, prosperity, and wealth in all aspects, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, because that is where we really fulfill, because that is what life journey is about.
Yep.
And all these
I agree.
beautiful people like Russ here and Lisa is, they tell you for a lesson, whether you like it or not. You're gonna see those seeds planting, that you have incredible lesson, and then later on you realize, oh, that's what they meant. Right? That is where we're here for. So
Yes.
I'm blessed to be here with you, Russ. And of course, for those who want to get connected with me, I'm always either on LinkedIn at Dr. New Truong, or my website at KN Health Consulting. But if you can't reach out, you know where I'm at. You can get a hold of Russ. Russ know where I'm at. So
There you go.
everyone needs marketing and inspiration. So you need to reach out to Russ. And he is the guy who will not only have your soul, like really truly care for you, not just fluff. And that is, I'm blessed to know you, Russ. So thank you for having us. And thank you for having a beautiful soul. I know that your wife is will say this all the time. So I'm
Thank you.
blessed to know you.
Ditto, ditto. And I want to leave everybody with a little nugget on what we're all talking about. And that is, if you really want to love and care and be empathetic towards others, you need to be thankful in life and you need to really be intentional. And I want to leave you with, I have a really good morning routine, and I'm sure that I've said it to you too before, but that always, your good morning always starts the night before. I had a really good guest that reminded me of this. And Lisa, you and I've talked about this before too. Your good day tomorrow starts with the night before. So if you want to be where Lisa is now, start tonight, right? And so the things that I have started doing, besides the three things I do first thing in the morning to shape my mindset and shape my path for the day, I also do three things before I go to bed, and I have some pretty good routines before I go to bed too. Every night, my beautiful wife and daughter and I, we read scripture, we pray together, we spend some time together before we go to bed. But I also have started being really thankful and grateful. Number one, again, I do that every morning, first thing too, but I do it again in the evening. I'm thankful for the day and for the things that went well. Number two, celebrate one win of the day. And it can be just a little teeny thing. I mean, little teeny things become gigantic things. I am just so happy that I got the chance to talk to Lisa and New today. And I was able to think about some things that I had not thought about before and that have shaped my mind for a better tomorrow. And number three, think of one thing tomorrow. We talked about being a better person, being around people that help you. Think of one thing you can do better tomorrow. That's not beating yourself up. That's not saying how bad you are. Think of one thing that you think, yeah, I could do this a little bit better. Those three things will do amazing things for you as you then rest for the night and get up for a fresh day the next day. So I just want to leave you with those things today. And ladies, thanks so much for being here. I am going to just go out with all of us on the screen today. So thanks for being here. Just reminding everybody, we're here every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your viewing and listening pleasure. Until we see you again, have an amazing life. All right. Bye, everybody. See ya. Woohoo.